how do you call someone out without like, how do you call them out productively?
Well, it depends on your culture. If you have a little pussy ass culture where you can't say the truth, you know, and sometimes some people might get offended by what I say. It's like you're either looking to grow or you're looking to get offended. Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it. So when I say that, I'm being for real. Like some people have a culture where they can't say anything. They're walking around on eggshells, or they feel like they're tied to maybe their top producer, or they're tied to somebody in the company, like they're handcuffed, so they don't want to say anything. You can't have that culture. You got to be able to say stuff directly. Hey, here's what's going on. Here's what's the requirements. Here's the core values. And if you're not listening to it, like you just go up to them and tell them, here's what we got going on, man.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a culture on that, you need to start working on building it. And you need to get around some people who can show you, which is what we do.
Yeah. So that is an issue that we deal with, you know, growing. I mean, with what we're growing right now is sometimes you're almost like afraid to like, because this is the issue with sales, or the thing with the sales guy, right? Is a good salesperson is going to sell you on the fact that they're good, but then you have this, like me as the owner, then I have I have the vision. Okay, if they're telling me they're that good, and then I expect them to be that good, but then and they're not. But then I call them out and they're like, oh, sorry, you know, like how do you know when to move on from that person when you find out, okay, they're just a pussy?
Well,
and then
first we have to go with the side of you have to have the error, like you have to predict that there's going to be some error, that they're not going to be as good as they say they are, because nobody ever is. Like I'm dying for somebody one time. Sometimes this is what I hate the most. Like if I tell you I want to purchase something, like there'll be like guys that'll tell you, you know, I'll do this and this and this and this and this for you. I'm like, dude, just give me what I paid for first. Let's just start there. Yeah. Like I want what I paid for. So like if somebody comes to me and they're like, Evan, I'm going to do all of this stuff, it's my job to ensure that they have the accountability, the repetition, and the practice to get to their best self. I can guarantee that on an interview, usually they're just telling me what I want to hear. Exactly. So I don't really do those. How we hire is we watch people for several months, and there's a big vetting process, a big team vote that has to happen before they come in. They have to have proved that they're one of us before we let them in our company. We're very slow to hire. And it's why every time you see one of our team at an event, you're like, man, these guys all talk the same. They all kind of walk the same. They all kind of like, it's very uniformed, big money energy that you're going to get from our team because we've made sure of it. So then we can have those conversations and they're easy.
So then, because then this falls back onto the shoulders of the team leader, right? Because an issue that I have is maybe I don't know the right people. So how do I get better until those people are like coming to me? Well, that's what you're saying, right? Is you're not even out recruiting really. You're
right.
People are coming to you
because
of the culture.
It comes down to what you guys are doing right now, which is so cool. You guys are filming content. You guys are filming a podcast. You guys are getting your name out there. Like people are starting to know you guys in Phoenix like crazy. Yeah. Like people are starting to know you guys and they're catching your podcast. I'm seeing your stuff get shared everywhere. And like that's the stuff that's going to get people attracted to your brand, that you guys are doing stuff like that. So if I'm a sales leader out there and I'm not filming content and I'm not doing that stuff, you're missing out. You can attract people off social media. That's where you should be really positioning yourself with some good stuff and be saying the stuff that you actually mean. Yeah. Don't say shit on social media that you don't mean, and then people come into your company and they see that that's not what you believe. Or don't be a different person that you're not online, and then when they meet you, they're like, oh, that's not the person. Yeah. Just say what you believe in. Yeah. Like, just say it, and you're going to attract people. Yeah. You know, so it's like if somebody's attracted to my message out there, if somebody's attracted and wants to do something with the Elliott Group, just text me. Yeah. Just shoot me a text, or if you need help building a sales team, or if you have any questions on this, can I give them my cell phone number too? Yeah. So it's 720-202-9765. That's 720-202-9765. And you just shoot me a text and I'll walk you through it. But I assure you, if you cross that line and send me a text, you better be ready to give me some time and some energy. And if we come up with a good plan, it's going to end up with some capital too. But if you're willing to do those things, I love coaching people like Stockley, like Carlson, because these guys don't have an ego. Most people have an ego problem, so they're not willing to reach out. They're not willing to tech. They're not willing to invest in themselves, and they're not willing to do it with their team. And so that's why they wake up with the same life over and over and over again. Yeah. Sucks for them because they haven't woken the fuck up. Yeah. Like, wake up.
Yeah. Bye.